My name is Zach. Welcome back to Case Digital. In this video, we're tackling the question of how to sort a dictionary in Python. So without further ado, let's hop right in and start coding. Welcome back, everybody. So like I mentioned in this video, we are tackling that question of how to sort Python dictionaries by key. And I kind of want to reiterate, like if you haven't seen before, I have a video that talks about up above that I'll link that talks about how to create dictionaries. This is one way to, again, this is one method of creating dictionaries. And this is the dictionary that we're going to use for example. I also have another video that we talk about, looping through lists or looping through dictionaries. And in that video, I kind of touch on something that is, I guess, a major hint to how to answer this question. And that's because, like, when I do like a for loop, like for employee in employees, this, and I print this out, employee, actually, the value of employee, that variable, when it's going through that loop, actually ends up being the key value. And so if we do this, you'll see that I get John, Jane, and Bob. Now, that's basically how you can sort a Python dictionary by the key value, is basically just go through a for loop, and you can do like employee and then comma employee or employees, and then pass in the employee variable, and then that should also give you the value associated with it. So if I run this again, you'll see now I get John, Jane, and Bob. But that's not sorted. Well, the hint here is you can use the built-in function in Python called sorted, and you can wrap that around your dictionary, and it'll essentially sort the dictionary as it kind of like what the for loop does, where it just gives it by the key. It'll initially, when you wrap the sorted like this, sorted, and then wrap it around the dictionary, it'll now sort everything by the key value. So if I run this again, you'll see that I should get Bob, Jane, and John in the actually reverse order, because it just happens to be that B, and then JA, and then JO. So that's a simple way that you can create or loop through a dictionary and sort it. But what happens if you don't want to have to go through a for loop? What if you just want to sort a dictionary that you want to work with for whatever reason? Well, you can kind of do the same thing, because if I go here, and let's just print this out as we're working through this problem. If I go through here and just wrap sorted around employees, let's see what it gives us. It should just give us a list of the sorted key values, which it does. You can see here, there's Bob, Jane, and John, and that's in the list. Now, okay, how do I get the values in that list as well and create a dictionary from it? Well, unlike what I mentioned above, where we were passing employees and employee in here, and just that's how we're accessing this value, you can use this items function, and what that'll do is pass out a tuple, which then you can say employees and then val, so you can give two things to your for loop. And if I just pass in val here, you should see that these two values should be the same when I print it out. And so when I do, you see that they are identical. They match those values. So going down to line 9, we can now apply that same logic into our dictionary. Well, I can say items, and that should sort it and give me everything in this sorted order, right? Well, wrong, because again, like I mentioned, when items gives you the tuple value in sorted order by that key. And so again, you end up with a list of tuples where it's sorted by key. So that's essentially what in our dictionary, this was Bob was our key value and 3 was the value. But again, that's a list of tuples. That's not a sorted dictionary. So how do we do that? Well, the nice thing in all this is if you take this format and you wrap the dictionary constructor around it, you end up being able to create a dictionary in sorted form based upon the key value. So those are two methods. Again, just to recap, the two methods again are you can either go through a for loop using sorted, and then using either key val here, or using the dictionary with the key to get your value. And you can go through a for loop. You can do whatever you want in that for loop. Or if for whatever reason you need a for loop, you can simply just do, I could say sorted employee equals that, and then I can just print this. And then you end up with a sorted employees dictionary based upon the key. So that's two methods that you can use, whether one's looping through it and doing stuff in that for loop. Again, it's in the for loop, so you're only having access to one of the things at a time. So you could also, I guess, if you wanted to, sort it and then create a new dictionary and add to that dictionary. Or you can just do this dictionary sorted employee items, and that'll give you basically this same dictionary, but in sorted format. So there you have it. Play with this a little bit, but again, this is how you can sort a Python dictionary by key, because again, keys are actually really easy because everything is kind of set up through dictionaries to access the key values first in Python. So play with this. Try some examples of your own, test it out, put it in your code, see if it works for you. If there's any questions, please leave them in the comments below, and keep on coding. Hey, thank you so much for programming with me today. I really appreciate it. If this video provided you any value and helped you answer that question of how you can sort a Python dictionary by key, please smash that like button below. And if you haven't subscribed yet, subscribe. Let's keep on coding together. And until next time, keep on coding.